Hello, my name is Reni, and I used to have a trucking company called Windstar Express Inc. Unfortunately, we signed up with the most dishonest, with the worst factoring company, with the McDonald's of all the factoring companies called St. John Capital out of Park Ridge, Illinois. We tried to cut ties with this factoring company multiple times, but every time we gave them a 30-day notice, they literally kept us hostage by telling us that we would lose a lot of money if we moved on with the new factoring company, and that the new factoring company, which was RTS Financial, was a shady company. When we signed up the contract, they lied to us that we would leave whenever we want, that our contract was open, and they only needed 30-day notice. A previous employee of St. John Capital revealed to us that their open contract policy is a total lie. I received this message from a previous employee of St. John Capital explaining me that their open contract policy is basically a scam. It's a lie. So they kept messing with my money, with my receivables, and we finally told them enough is enough. We really want to cut ties with you. And I posted a negative review about St. John Capital on Google, calling them a scam and a fraud, which they are. They are a scam. That was when they started bullying, harassing, intimidating, and threatening me with legal action. First off, they reported me on freightguard.com for being involved in a illegal activity. According to St. John Capital, the legal activity we were involved in was that Reni Sufova, principal of Windstar Express, has repeatedly stated untrue statements causing defamation of character to St. John Capital and various staff members. So me calling them frauds and scam is the fraudulent, unethical, and deceptive business practices according to St. John Capital. After that, they shut down my access to my account, so I wouldn't see what they were doing with my own money. Christina K., my account rep, lied to me saying that it was an IT error when it wasn't an IT error. They just changed my password from client 1 to client 11, not realizing that I knew the password and I was seeing what they were doing with my money. They were not releasing my money, and I was forced to let my contractors, my drivers, my office employees go because I didn't have money to pay them. St. John Capital was holding my money. Even though I got a very good lawyer who is very knowledgeable about factoring companies, it took forever to get the release letter and to get my money released. And I didn't know that factoring business is not regulated by the government. And once you sign up the contract, there is nobody who can help you. By signing the factoring company's contract, you give them power of attorney, so they have the right to do whatever they want with your company. A year after I stopped working with St. John Capital, they sent notice of assignment to 95 major brokers trying to collect my money. 95 major brokers. I had to hire a lawyer again. And lawyers are expensive. More than a year passes and we are already factoring with RTS Financial, which, by the way, is a very good professional factoring company. I strongly recommend you RTS Financial. So, all of a sudden, the brokers started paying St. John Capital. When we asked them why, brokers said that they received notice of assignment letters from St. John Capital requesting payment for my company's loads. No, this wasn't a mistake at all. How come they never made a mistake to release my money, my escrow that I've been waiting for over 5 years? But they always make the mistakes to collect my money. They were making money from my company for 5 years But when we told them that we don't want to work with them anymore, they sued me personally and my company. And about my escrow. Last time I checked, my escrow was around the end of May 2017. It was about $18,000. Asking about my escrow through my lawyer, of course, because they wouldn't talk to me. They offered to release a portion of my escrow if I deleted my negative review on Google. Of course, I refused. I thought to myself, if I delete my review, they would keep scamming more and more carriers. Unfortunately, of course, my negative review doesn't stop them from scamming other carriers, but I wanted my message to be out there. I wanted to add that they also lie about not holding any reserves and that they pay 100% as they are advertising right here. They don't call it reserve, they use different wording for it. They call it escrow money. So it's basically the same thing. That's another big lie. So they call it escrow money, which they're supposedly releasing every week. That's another big fat lie. I had to call and email many times to beg them to release my escrow money or reserves. They always found different reasons not to release the whole amount. They only released a small, tiny portion of your escrow money or your reserves, whatever you prefer to call it. And finally, they brought a lawsuit against me personally and my company, claiming that I was defaming them, that I was ruining their reputation by calling them fraud and scammers. By the way, speaking about scammers, this is my account rep from St. John Capital. Her name is Christina K. Look where I found her. On this website, mugshots.com. She was booked on Cook County Jail for 2 years for forgery. This is my account rep, who was handling my hundreds of thousands of dollars, or should I say she was messing everything up and she was lying to me. She was booked on Cook County Jail for forgery for 2 years. Yeah, this is the same company who brought the lawsuit against me for calling them fraud and scam. The same company who was making their employees John K. and Jennifer K. write fake positive reviews about St. John Capital so they can scam and defraud more carriers. I find it very bizarre that they choose pictures of pedophiles, child molesters, rapists, sugar daddies, all kinds of criminals and weirdos for their fake profiles. John Capital likes only positive reviews from carriers. That's why they're making their carriers sign this contract. Look at it. My understanding for this contract is basically they're saying, we know that we're a bad and dishonest company, and if you post something negative about us, about St. John Capital, we will sue you with your money. So you can't leak any information to a third party and you can't say anything bad about us. I know it sounds ridiculous and you're probably thinking, oh, I will never sign this contract. But you will, I'm telling you. You'll be forced to sign it because St. John Capital will tell you, if you don't sign this contract, we will not release your money or we will not give you the release letter. And there is so many carriers out there waiting for the release letter from St. John Capital. Some of them are waiting for months. Some of them are waiting for years. Some of them are waiting for their hundreds of thousands of dollars for months. If you are such a good factoring company, then why are you trying to take away carriers' freedom of speech? Why are you forcing your carriers to sign this non-disparagement agreement, preventing them from sharing their opinion and experience about your fraudulent business? Why aren't you allowing your carriers to share information with a third party about your business? Are you so scared that they will reveal how you guys are scamming and defrauding them? Do we live in America where we have freedom of speech and expression? Or is this some kind of a communist country where we get censored and punished for speaking up our minds? Xinjiang Capital wants to punish the carriers who want to leave them for other factoring companies by doing everything possible to shut the small businesses down.